The Democrats are truly evil. This is the worst thing I have ever seen in politics. This is 1,000 times worse than the Joe Biden garbage comment or those jokes about Puerto Rico. I mean, I think the Democrats are like an evil cult at this point. Shame on them.
Your turn, honey.
In the one place in America where women still have a right to choose, you can vote any way you want. And no one will ever know.
Did you make the right choice?
Sure did, honey.
Remember, what happens in the booth stays in the booth. Vote Harris Walz.
I mean, I'm just going to say, if that doesn't make your blood boil, I would consider you have something wrong with you. This is absurd. If that doesn't piss you off, you're a slave of the Democratic Party. And I know I'm talking like Alex Jones. I believe that's just true. This is so backwards. The Democrats do not care about marriage. They do not care. They don't owe gay marriage. They championed that about 10 years ago. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, by the way, after years of denying it. They don't care about that either. They care about vote for us. That's above marriage to them. This ad to encourage women not to tell their husband what they're doing. Who do you think, to the women who would be swayed by this ad, I just can't imagine that. Who do you think is going to care about you if you get sick or you're on your deathbed or you need something? You think it's going to be the federal government, Harris and Walz? No. So what is the point of this? This is such an anti-American ad. It's like such a shame that they're even promoting this. Liz Cheney, the war hawk, maybe not a criminal, I don't know that exactly, but she definitely loves war and wants to send even more money to Ukraine, more young men go die. Liz Cheney is a truly despicable human who only cares about war. Just a gross neocon. Listen to this tweet make Donald Trump's closing argument. Women, you know what to do.
And she needs people to basically lie to their husbands, which they are promoting, by the way, which I find that entire advertising campaign so repulsive. It is so disastrous. It is just like
I'll show it in a minute.
It is the embodiment of the downfall of the American family. I think it's so gross. I think it's so just nauseating where this wife is wearing you'll show it, wearing the American hat. She's coming in with her sweet husband who probably works his tail off to make sure that she can go, and have a nice life and provides for the family. And then she lies to him saying, oh yeah, I'm going to vote for Trump. And then she votes for Kamala Harris as her little secret in the voting booth. Kamala Harris and her team believe that there will be millions of women that undermine their husbands and do so in a way that it's not detectable in the polling.
So I totally agree with Charlie Kirk here and not Liz Cheney, the war hawk. Again, this is the worst thing I've ever seen in politics. What is the point of life according to Democrats? It's just vote for us. We come above everything to them. This is sickening. This is way worse than anything Donald Trump has ever said or done on the campaign trail. I'll argue that day and night. There's nothing he's ever done that's remotely as divisive as this. Now, another ad, like it starts, I'm not even going to play this full ad, but this other ad from the Lincoln Project. I'm sure Abraham Lincoln is rolling around his grave that this company or whatever this is, this page uses his name. But just another ad, a minute 16 of the same concept. You go into the booth and you just lie. So we look at other, we're voting Kamala. Little smirks. This, oh my, do you think the federal government is going to be there for you? When this little stupid power trip you're on, if you actually do this, you think it's funny for 3 weeks with in a group chat with your friends or something. You think that it's so ridiculous that this is being promoted. Here this person says, this guy named Sahil says, a woman at Obama, he's replying to the Charlie Kirk statement. A woman at Obama's Pittsburgh rally told me she and her friends, when they go to rural Pennsylvania, leave Post-it notes in the bathroom saying, nobody will know who you voted for. Why? She said women in red areas feel stigmatized if they oppose him and don't all know their vote is private. They're leaving Post-it notes in the bathroom. If you're in a marriage like this, it's so much healthier to be in a marriage where the guy votes Trump and you vote Kamala and you just say that. That's clearly better than whatever this is. If you're in a situation like this, you have way bigger problems. Those problems are not going to be solved by Tim Walz, who's a clown, and Kamala Harris. just get in a better marriage where you can communicate with one another. I mean, some people maybe would not like to be in a marriage where you disagree on politics, but that is clearly preferable to whatever the Democrats are trying to promote. Like, this is evil, evil stuff. I think this validates actually a lot of things that Alex Jones has been saying over the years, which is perhaps crazy to hear. I think it validates a whole bunch of his stuff about the pro-globalism, anti-family, all that stuff. Democrats are so open about that now. We're better for you than your husband. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, this is real. Your vote is anonymous and confidential. Who you voted for is your secret. No one can know unless you tell them. Again, AOC, she's basically telling women, you need to trust me more than your husband, who you spend every day with. When I do Instagram Q&As where people can ask me questions privately, this comes up a lot more than you think. That is so disgusting. This guy, millions of Republican women are going to vote for Harris, then smile at their husbands and say they voted for Trump. They're bragging about this. Just destroying the family.
Voter was the silent voter somewhat in the 2020 election, but now I think it's really switched. I think Elon taking over Twitter has emboldened Trump voters to get loud, to denigrate Harris voters, and that has really caused people to be quiet. And then you hear him say things like he did last night about women. I really think women are going to win this election for the vice president. I think they'll come out in numbers. I think they'll, not listen to their husbands. I think they're going to do the right thing and vote for the vice president.
Mark Cuban is already rich. What is he doing on here again promoting, don't listen to your husbands? How would you, I don't know if I think Mark Cuban's married. I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to be in a relationship with all these secrets, but to the plebs, to just the average person, just be in this toxic relationship. Don't listen to your husband. Just have secrets from him. It's so unhealthy. It's so toxic. Mark Cuban, by the way, has made a fool of himself this entire election cycle. I will never, ever respect a word. Not that I ever did, actually. He's a guy that got rich. They made fun of him in Silicon Valley, radio on internet, got incredibly lucky. Then he goes on television, gives the most garden variety business takes, like work hard, send your emails in the morning. He'll just say rant. He's not smart at all. He got incredibly lucky. And then Kamala Harris, to top it off. I'm not looking to score political points. I'm looking to make progress. That is what real leaders do. You're looking clearly to get political points. You're telling people to lie to their husbands. That's not progress. What's the progress that could be perceived as? Just progress in tearing down the American family. By contrast, here's J.D. Vance's statement with a similar topic. Who's the extreme party? Democrats are out to lunch. Democrats are 1,000 times more extreme than Republicans are right now.
But I've got friends who like me personally, acquaintances who aren't necessarily going to vote for me. That doesn't make them bad people. And we can't, this is my most important advice, whether you vote for me, whether you vote for Donald Trump, whether you vote for Kamala Harris, don't cast aside family members and lifelong friendships. Politics is not worth it. And I think if we follow that principle, we'll heal the divide in this country. Thank you, man.
So much more reasonable. That alone is reason to vote J.D. Vance and Donald Trump. They're just not so demented in the head. Democrats are despicable. And again, they're proving a lot of the things that Alex Jones has been ranting about for years, probably the most canceled person in history. A lot of the stuff he's been ranting about, they're proving all of it right when they just tell you openly to not trust your husband, to just be completely anti-family and transparently so.
If there's a place that's still free and open compared to everywhere else, so we've got to be brought down and used to bring tyranny to the world while we're being destroyed and while we're paying for it. So the whole world turns against us and we collapse. And so the idea of America is discredited so that other people around the world don't ever try to go the path of our republic, which is diametrically opposed.
And how can you argue now with what he's saying? Democrats are just openly saying, we are more important than your husband. I don't know if it gets any more anti-family than that. The federal government, who just some faceless, nameless bureaucrat, if you actually try contacting them, that you should be prioritizing apparently above your husband, who's good, probably the most important person in your life, the person that's actually going to be there for you if something happens to you. But no, don't trust him. Do this little smirk to your friend. Be like a brat, Kamala Harris brat. And I agree with Jesse Waters' take that this is akin to cheating, I would say.
And if I found out Emma was going into the voting booth and pulling the lever for Harris, that's the same thing as having an affair. That to me,
oh my God! Let him finish. Go, Jesse. It's our day.
That violates the sanctity of our marriage.
Look, if you're lying about it, sure. Why would not be? Like, just tell the person. Why are you keeping, like, voting's a pretty serious thing. It's not the end of the world, but if you're just lying about it, what are you doing? What does that say about your relationship? It's obviously incredibly rocky. It just, would that not eat you up inside? To just every day, like, now you're going to see the person on television, whoever wins or loses, Trump or Kamala, you're going to be reminded of the fact that you're lying to your husband all the time. The president is a massive part of culture, massive part of life. They're all over the television. This is incredible stuff. Yeah, this is the worst thing I've ever seen in politics. I'll finish the video here, but Democrats are evil right now. Probably that hasn't been true forever. Hopefully the Democrats will get less evil over time. Right now, the Democratic Party is evil. I feel comfortable making that statement based on that ad campaign. So with that said, thank you for watching this video. Have a great day.